What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 103 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Karl Franz campaign. So as we saw last time, Helmut Feuerbach and his artillery army had their do-or-die moment, as due to my mistake of not attacking together with both armies, they were attacked by two armies, the Galleon's Graveyard's garrison and the army that was there. As well, fortunately, Helmut did manage to survive, if it was just barely, and it did give us a pretty lovely battle to that episode. So I'm reasonably happy with the result, and we can continue. Once again, the admin has been done between the episodes, so we just have to move whoever needs to be moved, and then continue. Alrighty, Nodvan Hasselt rather is... wait. Somebody needs to move. Ah, yes, okay, Balthazar Gelt, you were next on the list. We could send you directly to Black Fortress, which would be good as well, or go all the way to Pig Barter and then loop around. I guess since we own Ruins End, the very unfortunately named Ruins End, I should say, we'll go to Pig Barter first, then loop back around to Black Fortress, though it'll look like it'll take 2 turns. It also doesn't look like he has any armies there, so shouldn't be too concerning. We will... yeah, okay, we're not fighting this trash. Yeah, we barely even got hurt by the auto-resolve. So we'll occupy the place and then we'll trade it up to somebody else. I assume that we can't build anything at Pig Barter either, and though we should double check in a second. Go for the state troop levy here. You, building details. Oh, we can build something here. Pig Barter, Swamp Wharf, diplomatic relations plus 50 with greenskins, and income from trade tariffs plus 5. Well, that's interesting. That's actually very interesting, considering the fact that our trade income is nearly at the same level as our building income, so trade tariffs are quite valuable to us. Man, do we keep Pig Barter? I was not planning to do this at all, considering it's a red territory. And then we probably have to keep Ruins End as well. And oh wow, look at that, the jungles are green for us. That's funny. Well, we're not keeping all of this though, the Fortress of Vorag. I think the special building here is not worth our time. It's just a little bit of income and a little bit of construction cost reduction. This can go to one of our dwarven allies, but this does tempt me. I suppose for now we're just going to demolish this building. Either way, we're not going to bother trying to make money out of this place, so let's defense it up and get spices and whatnot, and then I'll think about it. Honestly, we're so close to the end game that it probably won't make any kind of difference either way. Balthazar Gelt, that's you. Who else needs to move? Marcus is ambushing. Kurt Lehman will not need to move for now. Gavin Pfeiffer, you guys are still waiting. I was hoping that these guys would sally out, but you know what? And just keep waiting then. Jamathius Warner, you are good as well, in the sense that you will probably never have to move again. Well, I mean, it depends. If somebody sails down here and one of these armies has to activate, I suppose, you could, in theory, do so. Boris Todbringer, what do we have in terms of... oh, there's nothing there. Okay, we can just auto-resolve. Ooh. But there is a stack here, which is the bigger concern. So if we auto-resolve this and take damage, these guys might siege us or attack us next turn. What's the... well, it is low casualties. You know what, we'll move the second army in, and then auto-resolve this, because obviously this is not worth our time. It's a bunch of basic troops, and I'm just gonna hope that, well, if we get attacked, we don't get too badly screwed over by it. So you're gonna go right here. Also, hopefully this guy doesn't have a lightning strike. No, he doesn't. He's a level 11. Ain't no way. Alrighty, that's fine then. Boris, auto-resolve Black Rock, please, and let's hope nobody takes too much damage. These guys took a little bit more than I'd like, but I think we're still fine. And occupy it. There we go. Even if they do attack us, hey, Imperial Griffin on delete, who we're keeping now. I got attached to delete, and fantastic that you have a Imperial Griffin with you. You know, I was thinking that it's impossible to make a real an Air Force, a true Air Force with the Empire, but in theory, we could make one with nothing but heroes, a bunch of Amber Wizards on Imperial Griffins, plus a bunch of other flying heroes together on Pegasus, and then obviously 4 units from our allies. It's kind of super memey though, and I would do it, but we don't have the capacity for making that many wizards. Frankly, we don't even have the capacity to make that many Empire captains either, so yeah, I only have 1. Oh well, not a big deal. Empire is just one of those factions that isn't able to make one. Actually, a little bit unfortunate that we can't build the Imperial Dragon. Just the one though. Make that the legendary unit. There is only one dragon in the Empire, and it should be. It would be nice if it was buildable. And this is a little bonus. Anyway, let's continue. That was Boris Vasily Fisher. I don't know who you are. Oh, you're this recruiter. That's why you were here, right? To potentially recruit stuff? Do we need to recruit anything else down here? I think right now we're quite fine, as we are. Bruno Gruber, Leopold Hall, you... Oh, right, I forgot that you... You know what? Rename, just so I don't have to... There we go. And just so that I don't have to remember these guys. Guardian, there we go, good. I should have probably done that earlier, to be perfectly frank, but, well, too late now. Hans Stein, you're where you're supposed to be, guarding Helmet, because you didn't do that last time, though that was my bad, and that's it for this turn. Fantastic. Alright, technology. You're up next. We are going to select another thing. We have Manorialism now, which is great. What else could we possibly use? You know what? Let's get respected elector counts. I'd like to get that Imperial Tactics up and running. A Royal Fencing might not be too bad of a pick as well. Maybe improve piston technology for the extra defensive supplies in case we need to defend during the endgame scenario. Not that we super need it, but damn, I can't believe we're still not at one turn. Look how many techs we still don't have built. Damn, taking way too long. Game. And I know I didn't build the Imperial Academies everywhere. Maybe I should have done that, but, well, whatever. It's too late now. And honestly, it hasn't really mattered. And also, the Imperial Academy is at tier 5, meaning even at this point in time, we would be able to build 2, I think, or 3. 3. One at Talabheim, one at Altdorf, and one at Marienburg, if we had wanted to build them. And they would have taken a while, and I think 2 of these locations are newly tier 5, which we can tell by these buildings, which means, yeah, we would have gotten basically no value out of those Imperial Academies so far anyway, so, yeah, they come online way too late. They should at least be a tier 4 building, rather than a tier 5, just like the Tower of Dark Rituals for the Dark Elves, which does other bonuses for your faction, but as a tier 4. Building upgrade available, I did all those. Commandment available, I did not do that. We can go, well, this place is not going to bother generating money. Let's go for State Troop Levy for here. Just in case we need to move out, and we probably will, because you need to heal here for a few turns, even despite the reduction. Anyway, hero not moved, I don't care. I moved those, another commandment available. Out the Fortress of Vorag, yeah, you might as well go for State Troop Levy as well, since we're going to be deleting you, or trading you away. Outpost upgrade available, yeah, I'm just going to keep upgrading these outposts with the money we have remaining each turn, and just because it's otherwise going to continue irking me, seeing the option to upgrade them every single turn. Garrick Zorn. Oh, got to check if we had, if these dwarfs had finally teched up to something useful. And the other dwarfs not having been super effective at it so far. Alright, there we go. And those have been upgraded. We do have a lot of allies, so those outposts do cost a lot. I want to check out you. Alright, you're down there at 18, yeah. We don't have enough allegiance with almost all factions at the current time to build anything else. Oh, well, not a big deal. Well, let's end the turn. Let's continue. And let's hope that the counter came out of situation mustering well. Good for the counter. Let's hope that we Gold Tooth. What do you want? You want us to join war against Poxmakers of Nurgle? No, but, you know, we might later. Balthazar gets a little bit busy right now. What was I saying? Oh, let's hope for that Confederation. Been waiting for that one for something of a while, let's say. Alrighty, and Keltis Sotek to Lakwa. Okay, these guys are all our allies. Nagarond, I still see a tiny sliver of balance of power from Nagarond, as in they could still, in theory, and the Blessed Dread as well, and they could still, in theory, fight us just a little bit. A moment of truth for Hag Grief, but now it looks like they're not going to try to attack us. I was thinking they might attempt to fight Boris, but it looks like they will not. Alrighty, which will probably mean that Boris will be able to fight this turn in a big old cinematic battle to take the next location, and though I don't remember which it is because we've been advancing through the Chaos Wastes quite quickly. Well, maybe not quickly, but quite well. Alright, what is this? Imperial Authority -1? No. Pay Elector, sure. And, alright, Aldebras Meyer, why, okay, don't care about that. Marcus Wolfhard, more ambush chance, great for you, but your ambush failed, so, yeah. Constructor, ally mobilizes, ally occupies, hey, finally, they did that. Confederation between Grimgor's Ard Boys. Oh, and Darkland Orcs, that's funny. Quite interesting as well. Ally begins outpost construction, and that's a damn. Okay, looks like at least one more turn for that confederation that we've been itching to get. Game, please, Gib. And have you still not taken Jarna Grunt? Are you kidding me? What the heck are you doing? Occupy the stupid target. What are you doing? Well, he sacked it and allowed the rebels to take it and then refuses to take it from the rebels? AI. Damn it. Alrighty, well, Goldtooth is heading down here. Ooh, maybe he'll be able to take these without us having to intervene with Nud. Maybe we'll send Leopold down there then. If Goldtooth was willing to work with us, because Nud can move down to the Fortress of Eyes instead, which would be a much more valuable take. Let's occupy this place or colonize the place. Not that we actually care or will bother keeping granite spikes, mind you, but, you know, it's on the way. Nud, start heading out this way. I trust in you, and you can head down to the Fortress of Eyes. Let's see if there's an army all the way out here to defend it, because if there isn't... And moment of truth, no, it looks like there is not. And oh, this place is going to get auto-resolved to death, I think, because it doesn't even have a defensive structure. Let's hope that the Red Fortress, their capital, does. We should make the lives of the Cathians a little bit easier once these guys have gone in. Oh, look at that! The Imperial Wardens have actually moved north of the wall. I didn't know that the faction was actually able to physically do that. As in, I thought they were locked to not moving past the wall. Kind of interesting that they did, though. Alrighty, Karl, you're up next, friendo. You are going to head to the Fortress of Decay. What do we have in terms of defenses here? Oh, it's garbage. It's absolute garbage. Basics. Okay, well then we don't care about it. We will move you forward. Feels like we have too many armies out here, but you know what? They have nowhere else to be right now, anyway. I'd like to get at least a few more battles out of Maternus Citizen, though, before the end game, because who knows how far the end game is gonna be. Occupy the place, Force of Decay, thank you. And then I guess we'll build some basic stuff there. Another scribe, and damn, I forgot to turn off the Imperial Tactics thing for more students. And Legion of Chaos destroyed, just like that. Well, their last fight was with Boris facing down the Demon Prince, so yeah, they failed at that as well. Go for State Troop Levy out here, and then you can just build something cheap like the Herb Gatherers Camp. Alrighty, what do we have out here? Yeah, now this looks like a potential fight. I wonder if they'd run if we use both armies. They got some defenses. And do we have to use one, maybe? Because if we use two, it would be too many and they'd run. I feel like they would definitely fight. Well, no, that wouldn't be... I mean, they technically have 2 stacks. I guess we could go here and see if this guy runs. He'll probably move back here, and if he does, then we'll move Boris in. Alrighty, let's move everybody else around, and then we'll deal with that, shall we? Alrighty, Gregor Rodziner, you are our sailing man. You will continue sailing up and down every coast to continue gathering islands. They've been reasonably useful so far, and campaign line of sight, another Fear of Aramar, a lost cargo. I did say they were being quite useful, and then you can move down here as we go. You don't actually need the Fear of Aramar, but you didn't take it, so that's also fine. Alrighty, who is up next? Wolfram Custerman. You guys are going to move past Volol tracks, and wait, if you go into march stance, can you reach a Skullcarver's abode? Alas, you cannot, which means you're going to keep moving in camp stance so that you don't suffer attrition. But we'll continue moving down this way. And then Peter, you can reach the Occam's Forever Maze, which is great, but you're quite badly hurt, so maybe we should be careful of that. Go right here first, and then we'll besiege it, and then we'll wait for Wolfram Custerman to come around. Look at all those cultists. Yeah, this is a pretty nice army. I'd actually love to fight this army in the field. Honestly, I just want more field battles at this point in time. I don't care that much about the siege battles anymore, unless they are with a stack. If it's just defenders, they're just too weak. And there isn't much... Oh, hello! Speaking of fights, we've got Kairos on the field. This one's another potential. Lots of pink horrors. Of course, Kairos himself facing off against Volkmar the Grim, whose army is still damaged due to the auto-resolve, and so is the supporting army. Alright, I'm willing to bet he'd be willing to fight those. Beautiful. Alright, well, we'll do that in a bit. Let's continue moving. I'd like to figure... No, you know what? I'm kind of excited about it. Let's do it right now. Screw it. We'll pick up where we left off after. Let's get Volky his points. The question is what points and where. I guess we start making him a fighter now, or we could go for those unholy decrees. Give him more word save. Yeah, why not? We started on through this, we will continue on through it. Reassuring presence would be nice as well, but it's not the hugest deal. He still doesn't have all of this line, though, and it'll make him so much stronger. But we'll deal with it. Also, wait, Free Company Militia... Oh, I should have probably gotten you at least 1 point in Sharpshooter. I hadn't realized I went for Artillery Master instead. That's my bad. That's my bad indeed. This, I take it, is Sigmar for Sigmarite Disciples? Why do we even have this? Wolfkin Greatswords, Halberdiers, I was just for the Demigryph Knights. Yeah, I should have gone for, I mean, both of these, actually, rather than Unholy Decree. Well, it's not like it'll matter, but nonetheless. Alright, let's level everybody up, and then we'll give him those things afterward. We're not defending, so this is not super useful, and I don't really care about Retinue Trainer. To be honest, we can get another point in Officer, and then another point in Blade Shield as we head towards the end of the fighting line for you. 1 point in... Oh, wow, you're getting lots of point in Officers. I lied. Alright, lots of points in officers it is. Keep powering up Volky. And then you, Mr. Bright Wizard, you are missing those improved scrying techniques. Do we need any of this magic for this particular fight? Probably not a big deal. Let's keep getting those improved scrying techniques. It's just such a useful ability to have. Alrighty, and then Arndt, I guess we're gonna level you up as well. We're gonna have to be careful. Ooh, Survival Expert, Casualty or Punishment versus Huntsmen and Archers, which doesn't help. Oh, right. We're actually supposed to replace you. You have Tomb Raider and Burn the Undead. Yeah, you are only here to be replaced by another lord. A lord with... Okay, wait, let me just deal with this. Light, you out, then we're going to replace you with... Wait. I need to double check that we actually have a capacity. A General of the Empire, yeah, so Imperious or another one with Burn the Undead. Well, Burn the Undead will be completely useless to us. At least it will be Corruption Reduction. Character Experience Rate versus Imperious Charge Bonus. Honestly, neither one is great, but I guess we'll go for the Charge Bonus because it's better than nothing. We'll probably never be fighting Undead again unless it's an Undead endgame scenario, but who knows. Imperious for you. Fairly well, Arndt, Frankenwerter, and the reason I really wanted to do that was this. Alright, now we can get you into the Watch, which is reload time reduction for Pistoliers and Outriders and campaign movement range. We can also get you Inspiring Presence, obviously speed of... Nope, Pistol Core for those Outriders, and Mighty Forge for those War Wagons. We can also, I guess, move through Rally and into Sharpshooter, Stand Your Ground, and what level are these guys? Well, they wouldn't benefit from it anyway. Artillery Master does benefit War Wagons as well, or we could go for Hold the Line. You know what, I'm gonna forget to get Artillery Master just like I did with the other thing, so let's do that. Then you are going to go into Encamp Stance, I think. Or, you know what, against Tzeentch forces, perhaps you would be better off. You know what, no, you go in camp, you go in camp. These guys need to be careful, and honestly... might not even put the War Wagons with mortars into battle, because Kairos, the AI, has a sort of tendency, let's say, to use Kairos' blue fires on single entities and destroy them. And he's not going to run. Fantastic. Medium casualties, I like the sound of that. We have Kairos himself to contend with, and at level 24, he's looking pretty good. These guys are definitely going to be in danger here. Let's get to it.
Sigmar's will. Look out!
Alright, look out, spellcaster, you say. Yeah, it's Kairos, it's a heck of a spellcaster. Should be a pretty interesting battle. I'm glad that Kairos did not run. At the very least, this indicates that the AI thinks it has at least something of a chance to either do heavy damage to us or potentially win. We do have a lot of Free Company Militia in this particular army, and I think that is one of the things that's skewing the AI towards actually be actually fighting this battle. Generally, when you use these weaker troops, the auto-resolve tends to severely underestimate them. I know for a fact that the auto-resolve severely underestimates Black Ark Corsairs, for example, despite the fact that the units are pretty darn good, so it damn well will underestimate Free Company Militia at all times. Anyway, Kairos is moving forward and getting off plenty of spells, though most of them have hit the halberdiers first, so we're not too worried about that, as obviously they are a summoned unit. Our cannons have been trying to shoot Kairos this entire time and have not even managed to bring down his shield. I'm willing to bet that a single Hellblaster volley gun will do more damage than 2 cannons combined, so yeah. But anyway, Kairos will come down and for a few seconds at least tries to land on Volkmar, or at least near Volkmar, and then immediately wusses out, deciding, you know what, this is probably not the greatest idea. So he lifts off again and will start moving forward, but fortunately we do have other aerial units, 2 Empire captains that will deal with him, and well, the rest of our force will be fighting shortly as well. Over on the flanks, it looks like the enemy tried to move in some Chaos Chariots of Tzeentch, and thus we send in our halberdier-wielding Demigryph Knights to deal with them. Terrible, terrible matchup for those poor chariots, and the Demigryph should be able to take care of them without too much trouble. Kairos in the air down to about half of his HP, both getting shot by our range units as well as ripped apart by our Empire captains, and it looks like he's going to be brought down before his main army arrives to help him out. He's down to now still about a quarter of his HP. Oh, I see that the chariots are going down. Too many things are happening on different parts of the map, and now I don't know where to look because I want to see all the death animations. Now it looks like Volkmar is going to charge forward. He's going to want to try to distract the Flamers as well as any enemy range units from killing off our more fragile units as well. Kairos gets another pink fires, but that is the last thing that he does as he twirls down to the ground. We did keep our Demigryph Knights here as well, just in case he decided to land, but he did not, and they were of thus not much use there. Not to worry, the enemy has moved in with one of those weird spawn, the Regiment of Renown Chaos spawn, and it does very much fit in well with the Tzeentchian army, so we're going to surround it and destroy it with our Demigryph Knights, which shouldn't have too much of a problem, led as they are by our Empire captains. One of our officer squads has actually been holding off a pile of enemy Forsaken for quite a while, almost this entire battle, so I'm impressed with them there. They're not going to do much damage, but at the very least they will be of use in holding the enemy. Our Free Company Militia are also charging forward and killing off enemy pink horrors in melee, of course. And I do believe the battle is pretty much ours. Bounce power is about 80% in our favor. Volkmar the Grim has absolutely destroyed the blue and pink horrors that he charged through, and the cannons have finally done some work by knocking out those regular flamers of Tzeentch. There we go. And of course the Sigmar disciples are fighting a little bit, though to be honest they weren't all that much needed in this particular battle. Not to say not much use, but not needed. Alright, a little bit more fighting for the Free Company Militia against some pink horrors. Oh, looks like the Free Company are taking a little bit of damage. We're going to back them off, but the enemy will start melting away under fire from everything else. And of course the Free Company can fire at them while they run. There we go. And just turn and fire backwards. So what's it called when you do that when you're on foot? You know, it's like a infantry version of a Parthian shot, right? I don't know what to call it. But anyway, over on this flank, there are still enemies fighting. The Severed Claw were working together with some of those monstrous infantry Chaos Spawn, but only the Chaos Spawn will remain as the rest of the army will shatter. We'll watch the Sigmarite Disciples bonk away while the halberds of the Demigryphs come down, and the last of the Chaos Spawn will fall. And there we go. With that, the battle is ours. The Severed Claw managed to keep all of their units and pretty much all of their HP, and despite fighting for pretty much the entire battle, so pretty much impressive as always. This unit is always just so difficult to bring down. I feel like their stats don't make them seem as strong as they really are, but they're always just such a hassle to deal with. It's a great unit. And in fact, we're going to want to chase it down so that if Kairos' army escapes, we will not have to deal with the Severed Claw again. Fortunately, the war wagons that have come in as reinforcements are very much adept at knocking out single units like this, and with that, the battle will be ours. There we go. Oh, that was almost perfectly on cue, too. Everything's coming up Volkmar. Alrighty, very nice, and it looks like the lion's share of the kills, or at the very least the most kills for each army, went to Kairos and to Volkmar, both at about 100, and both at roughly 20k damage, so they both did reasonably well. Kairos winning by 1 kill, and Volky winning by about 1500 damage. Lovely. We are going to, we keep taking the money, but it's not like we need the money, but it's also not like the other things are of any use to us, so I'm just gonna keep doing so. Alrighty, and spell resistance for the army, and even more spell resistance when fighting Tzeentch on top of all the bonuses. Hey, there's a student. On top of the bonuses we get from the, you don't need this. We'll maybe get him another armor. I don't know whether we will, just based on the fact that we may not need to. Alright, auto-resolve this, please. He has a follower army after all, and we may not have enough items for him when the endgame rolls around. On the other hand, we might, we'll see. You can move here and keep replenishing, whereas I guess we're gonna send Volky all the way to Grottrelex's lighthouse. Not that I particularly care about these territories, but we gotta destroy the Tzeentch faction, so we gotta... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The Free Company militia will die to this? Oh, no. We're gonna have to manually fight this then. That's a shame. That's a shame because it will be a waste of our time, but what can you do? Okay, then I guess we're going to do so right now. Actually, you know what? This is, let's see, wait, what do we have in terms of defenses? Oh yeah, this should be just sped through, shouldn't it? Alrighty, fine. Real quick, to round out the episode, as I believe we're basically out of time. Just a few more moves to make, a few more demons to banish. At the very least, everybody in this army has the spell resistance now, so we shouldn't be taking as much damage from annoying enemy forces. And we don't actually have to destroy them completely, we just have to make sure that the enemy breaks and the settlement will be ours. Not that, once again, we care about the settlement. Alrighty, you guys just back off. I just want the start deployment. I want the artillery in range all the way, let's say, from here. Cannons out front a little bit. You guys go here, and most of you will not be actually joining the fray. And what do we have moving onto the field? Oh, there's an enemy lord there. You know what? A unit of demigryphs and 2 units of Empire Knights. You go take care of that. You can ride forward, so can Volky. And the artillery should be able to take care of the rest. Alrighty, fantastic. And start the battle. Alright, fire on whatever you want, everybody, and you guys move forward. Turn off your skirmish mode. Volky charge. You get ready to use a flame storm. Everybody else can fire at what they want. You guys... Oh. These guys got summoned under the other units. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, they're not going to be of any use here, as that guy will be dead shortly. Volky, go for that cultist. I'm just going to try to speed through this as best as I can. Not even going to bother trying to specifically target anything. And you fly around, get ready to cast a few more spells. There's the Flamestorm. Volky, charge forward. Don't care about the summoned units. We're trying to reduce or otherwise avoid potential damage taken, although Volky obviously won't care all that much. You pop your own spell. Maybe I should have popped it here instead, as these guys are going to run out. Alright, just let the summoned units take the damage. You can also buff yourself, and probably would want to use that Grand Soulfire, but otherwise it's fine. In fact, you two back off because you're already kind of damaged, but you can move forward enough to possibly enter the fray. And I guess you guys can move forward as well, just in case the enemies arrive. Ah, there he is. And you two, kill him off, please. You guys are probably not going to get into the battle before the battle is over. You guys fire, you fire. I don't actually care what you fire at, as long as you're firing. Not that the cannons are going to do much of anything. Do you have any more spells available? Hey, don't get hit by range. You're not supposed to be damaged. You know what, we can send the demigryphs in. I guess we can speed it up now. Alright, demigryphs move in. Oh, the artillery is firing at you. Alright, you guys move in. And I guess you guys move in as well, just so that you take less damage. Enemy lord has died, I see, and our artillery. You did more damage to our own units than the enemy did already. Can't trust your own artillery. Alrighty, and the enemy should shatter shortly, so we gotta make sure we turn off the... Wait, who did I tell the artillery to fire? No, you know what? All of you just move away. Stop firing. Don't do anything. And now we can speed it back up. That's the danger of speeding everything up, allowing your artillery to do more damage to you. You use your ability, you use your ability as well, and nobody's attacking us. Okay. Expected the battle to be over already. Which it should be, we're just waiting for the demons to get banished. There we go. Alrighty, well, a little bit of damage on one of our Sigmarite disciples, but fortunately not a lot of the models were destroyed, and I would imagine that they will get healed. Over time, at the very least, we did avoid damage on our Sigmarite, not the Sigmarite disciples, on our free companies, which are fairly vulnerable in the first place, and were damaged already from the auto-resolve following the battle, which is ideal. Maybe I should have just moved them away altogether, but I don't think a lot of them died at all. 5 losses, though. Good job to some of the Forsaken. Was that really mostly all Sigmarite disciples? Oh, good job. And 32 kills on you. Huh. Almost surprising. Alright, well, let's occupy the place and hopefully heal up nicely. Occupy. Alright, trait gained Dauntless. I would certainly think so. That sounds like a trait that he should have already. A Talisman of Protection. And how's our healing here? Oh, pretty okay. Pretty okay. We're not going to be to full, but the Sigmar Disciples are fine, the Elites are fine, and we'll probably be healed up to full by the time we get over here to the Godless Crater. Is that the next main settlement? Yeah, it's fairly far away as well. Oh, look at that. We got some Rakarth armies moving around. Actually, speaking of Rakarth, how's he doing out here? Oh, looks like he managed to defeat Tehenowan, which is actually kind of irritating, because Simon wanted to go for the Citadel of Dusk, but if we let this guy do whatever he wants out here, that's going to be a problem. And then Lord Skrolk is around here as well. Ugh, we got Skaven Plagues. We definitely don't want those. You... What do we have in terms of Chupayatl, the Defenders? I'm just wondering whether we could land Wolfgang Southernhof here and stay outside. Wait, what about if you don't go in March stance? Hey, you know what? Land like this, right beside Chupayatl. And then if this guy attacks you, you'll at least have these guys to help you out. Also, did I replace you with a better lord? Yes, I did. Alright, so these guys are at least more powerful than they would otherwise be. I don't know what's in this army, but I also do imagine that it should be fairly damaged from having fought. I don't think that they can take the Southern Sentinels, which will allow Simon, I guess, to take the Citadel of Dusk. What do we have in terms of defenders? Is this worth fighting? Maybe. I don't know, let's just double check it. Either way, it's not worthwhile. Even if it is worth fighting, it's not right now because we don't have the time for it. Pyrrhic victory, yeah, alright. It looks like it'll kill off our Knights of More, which means we will be fighting this one. Alrighty, but we will have to leave it to next time because we're out of time, and I'm going to call it here. Admin will be done, and we'll come back and continue advancing everywhere we can. So stay tuned for more Empire as we are past turn 100 now, and hopefully we'll start that endgame scenario real soon as time flies, and soon the DLC patch will break the campaign, so gotta get a move on. Anyway, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.